Slow updates. I've just been waiting for stuff to come in the mail. USPS is severely not okay right now. USPS, are you guys okay? I've been messing with a little bit of small things. I got the switch panel mounted up yonder. That's gonna run over that way, then down the cage, then into the race pack there to control all the power stuff. Yeah, not much else in here. I've been making a new gauge panel. In the center, it used to just be 2 round gauges. Now it's going to be the shift indicator. It's going to be a USB power, and then it's going to be USB to plug into the actual ECU, and then one for the PMU. And I know these look crooked, but they're on center at 2.5 inches. So that's what that is. I also got the bash bar in, but it's supposed to mount up yonder somewhere, which we cut off many moons ago. So I'm gonna have to figure out where that goes, but we need to get the fenders mounted. But my good buddy Aaron's gonna come over and help me with the fenders because I don't want to mess up the front end. Once the fenders and the headlights are in, then I'm going to redo this bar so that we can fit a better intake inside there and clean this area up. I need to bring everything forward just a little bit, and then I'm going to mount everything behind the bar for protective purposes. So that's going to be the plan, but we need to get the fenders fit first, and again, a lot of work because they're origins, and then we can do the bumper, and then we can do the whole rest of pretty much everything. While I was waiting for Aaron to get over here, I decided to go ahead and get this thing fully done up. So those plates go on the other side, they're riveted on, they pop through, drilled some 6-inch holes, and now that is what it's going to look like. I'm going to cap these off so that the firewall is back to being a firewall again. Not these, I think I'm still going to leave open for, I don't know, maybe I'll just tape some stuff over those, but yeah, this is what it's going to look like. Pretty sick. Should be a lot more volume between that and that now filtered plate on the bottom. I think that's going to be enough for those fans to be pulling through. That looks infinitely better than it did before. So it's got the rubber grommet underneath, and then this is going to bolt down, and maybe I'll make some sort of a shift boot for this thing, I don't know, just to clean it up that bit more. Rebend the brake line a little bit, and that is looking dialed. So Aaron came over to help me with these stupid origin fenders because fitting them is above my pay grade. Well, I can fit the 2F stuff because it basically just fit on its own. These require quite a bit more je ne sais quoi, as it were.
They've been using the same mold since 19-2.
Yeah, and it shows. So, yeah. Here we go. Still cutting. This door has literally never shut since we built this car, and it turns out this is cut off on that side, but it was never cut off on this side. It was marked to get cut out, and it's been hitting this roll cage the whole time, so that's why it never shut. So we're remedying that.
When in doubt, cut shit.
Well, after much effort and now understanding why they didn't do this to the other side, the door may shut for the first time in 13 years.
For the first time in forever. Disney movie?
I think you still need to do the vertical.
No, look at that.
Oh, it's shut?
It's shut.
Yeah, but it's still loose.
Well, because it's not fully striking against the thing, because this needs to be adjusted. And this needs to be adjusted.
Oh.
It needs to go further back in. See? It'll jiggle because it doesn't have the bump stops that go up against it, but it's not sitting out here like it did before.
That's very true. Hot damn! So after basically an hour and a half of cutting that strip out of the door and getting everything aligned, what's the prognosis of the origin fenders?
Shitty.
It's still,
really
still shitty, ladies and gentlemen.
Or stinking shitty.
It's comically bad. And I'll go over all the things here in a little bit.
How do you...
Okay, rant time. I just want to start this off by saying, Origin, you guys need to do better. This is a 2017 Origin Type 3 that I had on my Sylvia Coupe. You can see that it goes down to a point. It's got some damage on it, but it's still pointy. This is 2025. It looks like it was molded with a spoon. This is a ½ inch longer than this one and actually goes down to meet the corner light, which is the whole other problem. So this one had one little modification back there, and corner light fits absolutely perfectly. Look at that. Fast forward to the 2025, and it hits on everything, and this is the fitment right out of the box. That is atrocious, guys. You need to do better. Now you may be asking yourself, Dan, you have to modify fiberglass stuff. I understand that. I am modifying the fiberglass stuff. I've had to modify every kit except for the 2F, the Rocket Bunny, the Spirit Ray, and any other kit of quality where you don't have to modify it. So that line is absolute BS. I made one little cut on those, and that was it. The Rocket Bunny stuff fit without cutting. The Spirit Ray fit without cutting. Origin, I have had to do so many modifications to this, like going from that to this, and then cutting all up into there, just to get this to fit, just for it to look like this. Like, that is horrible. Come on, Origin. You're killing me, Smalls. Again, this is where it's all the stupid little things that suck. But switch panels conveniently got this obnoxious box from the 80s up there. Switch panels mounted, wired, going down to yonder. Scotty's doing the CAN bus stuff now. And
That's done.
Well, he's done with the CAN bus stuff, and now he's doing the fans.
Hardcore wiring.
The big boy's cousin. Aaron and I basically just gave up on the Origin fenders on Thursday. Friday, I did the little things that, and then gave up also. Because that's what you do sometimes. But I got the entire rear end reassembled and back on. And now I'm mounting the radium canister, and I sexted Jeremy Powell on a Saturday. I tend to only write him on Saturdays and Sundays. And we wanted to ask if we could mount this swirl pot at an angle. And he said, yeah, do whatever you want. This is America. You do you, bud. And so we did. And I like the way that that looks a lot better than that thing sticking straight up and down. So changed that. Cut the trunk for like the 82nd time to fit something right there, and 69th. I put a little trimmy trim on it and plugging away. Scotty still.
Just the wiper strip. Just the wiper strip.
Oh, just wipers. Complicated. chassis wiring, and I'm doing chassis after, I'm gonna say, 9 to 10 hours of cutting, dremeling, sawing. They're still shit, but it's better. So got that to almost fit. It's still pretty trash, and if it came to a point, I think that's where the point would be. My hood's not helping because it's chipped out right there too, but that one is even worse. You should fit your whole finger in there. I'm assuming this would have come out to like right there if it was an actual point, but it is not. It's looking pretty even though. Closest it's been to a car in a while. I trimmed out my supercharger ports and put some rubber stripping. Cushion the pushing right there. It's kind of got most of the chassis stuff going to the battery, back to the fans, up to the Holly. The back end is completely on with the radium in there, bumper, the new taillights. She's all blacked out. This is the most it's looked like a car in a long time. So because I am not smart and I ripped my S13 apart a month before No Coast, I am now in a predicament. We are less than 2 weeks out from the event. I'm still waiting for stuff to come in the mail. Scotty's having some issues getting the race pack to talk to his computer to get that stuff set up. And I am dangerously close to not having a car to drive. So, in the meantime, and luckily enough, I have this unit, which was originally my Drift Week 1 car. Flipped the trailer, then rod knocked the motor very shortly after that. And then we used this car on the Hoopty World Championship, where we put on the blower and a 75 shot of nitrous. Them shiny can size. And so I've spent some time getting this thing running again, missing fuses and relays and caps and wires, and it didn't have seat brackets, but a lot easier to do, or belts, a lot easier to do than getting the S13 running. So this one is probably going to be my No Coast car, which is absolutely fine. Makes like 310 wheel or something like that. E-brake needs to be bled. It's got all version 1 GK Tech stuff on it, which feels pretty fantastic. This is right when we started making Z parts, was when we threw everything onto this car. It's got a carbon fiber hatch. It's got a cage, which isn't a very good cage. It was just a bolted and it was welded in. And so now I got to get this thing over to this giant sticker on the door and get it aligned, the e-brake bled, and it needs to be lowered because this thing is an absolute monster truck right now. So that is going to put a damper on working on that thing. But again, I'm waiting for stuff to come in the mail, so not a whole lot I can do. So gonna bring this to 10T and see what we can do. Still waiting for stuff to come in the mail, but I had my old gauge cluster, so I took all the gauges off and apart and traced it out onto another piece of sheet metal, and I got to cutting and ended up with this. So I may do the carbon fiber sticker. I actually like that a lot. or I just may paint it. I don't know yet, but just installed the butthole grommets. And now the Holley 6.86 dash cluster will mount right here. Oh, you can see that Kansai in the background. Nice. That's gonna mount right there. Probably gonna make a hood for this so that it doesn't have as much glare in the sun. But I don't really look at the gauges anyway. It's just nice to have for when Scotty's in the car with me and he can tell me to stop or keep going. So got this thing cut out, got it bent, got it shaped. Gonna get everything in, make sure everything fits, make sure I can get all the wires through, and that should be looking good. Between that and this, I think we're looking fresh. And so that's what it's gonna look like installed. That looks fresh. Really brought this car into the future, as it were, going from my analog motorcycle looking gauges as I have this old receiver back there just humming along. But yeah, it's looking good. I'm pretty stoked on this. Super thankful for Holley jumping on board. This is gonna change the way maybe I'll actually look at the gauges now. That'll be a first. So Scotty doing stuff. We got the old Magnuson. That's where the boost goes.
That's how you make babies.
That's how the babies are made. Wiring harness is done in the engine bay. The sensors are swapped over except for Juan. But about to throw the Maggie back where it belongs.
This is where you pick the Magnuson up
Definitely pick it up from that thing that says, "Do not lift here."
and then you just tell Magnuson, the nipple broke just suddenly. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how it happened.
I don't know how that little nipple broke.
Yep, don't know.
You guys must have broke it.
So this is the pulley system setup that I showed earlier in the box. It's now installed.
Magic.
And it's the smallest ones that they make for the rear, so that we don't have to mess with that once that's in the car, and then we can adjust everything from there. But it should be more power than it was already making, which was already a lot, so hopefully it doesn't make too much more. What we really wanted was the cog drive stuff so that it's loud. That is the most important part. So it just goes that kind of thing, like a squeaky alternator, but better.
Like a Ford power steering pump.
Yeah. So Scotty gonna manhandle this bee on. He's got that vegan horsepower. Just one toss.
Someday we'll figure out a way to have a Ryobi.
That would be amazing. Damn, somebody's ripping shitties out there. It's a really shitty, but
When the roads are wet, you got
free tire night.
1,000 horsepower.
Free tire night.
Let's hope I can get this in. Fuckers. Not light.
It's girthy, is what they like to say in the industry. Don't worry, I helped. I touched it right at the end. Hey, we're back. That looks a lot better than it did before.
Oh, good. It does clear. Okay.
Yeah, look at that. That's why we didn't want to change those out after, because this would have had to come off
Look
again.
at all that room we got. We can do CrossFit in there. Look at the back of that blower.
Herr Magnuson is back in.